guys, I'm Vicky Durandisse, your local realtor here in Maryland and Virginia. So today we have a really fun question. It's a question that I get asked often, and we're about to get real serious, okay? So I want you to take your pen and paper out and take some notes, especially my sellers, okay? Today's question is, how do I get to the settlement table, or what happens at closing? Or how much money do I really have to bring to closing? Okay, guys. So the answer to this question is a little bit detailed because it's all per transaction. No two transactions are alike, but the basis on how do we make it to the settlement table. For the seller side, your house has passed the appraisal. It either appraised at the price that you sold it, or it appraised higher, or it appraised lower, and you and the buyer have come to an agreement to sell it at whatever price it is that it appraised at. So that's number one for my sellers. That's the major hurdle for the sellers: passing your home inspection and appraising, your home appraising. For the buyer, you want to get past home inspection, appraisal, and you have to make it through underwriting before you can get to the settlement table. Once all parties have made it to the settlement table, any numbers that you have been given by your realtor or your lender or even the title company, any number that you have been given prior to a week to 3 days before settlement is really a rough estimate, guys. They can only give you an estimate because the final closing document, aka HUD 1, aka ALTA, it used to be called the HUD 1, now it's actually called the ALTA. All of those documents are the same document, your closing document. It will be an itemized sheet that is going to tell you, if you're on the selling side, it's going to tell you your final payoff amount, real estate fees, transfer of taxes, any closing credit that you are giving to the buyer, and your title fees. On the buying side, it is going to tell you the total loan amount, minus transfer and recordation, minus your survey, and minus your title closing, your title fees. You don't have real estate fees on the buying side. Those are all of the fees that you will see on your final closing document. That number is your accurate number. Any number that was given prior to that was just an estimate, guys. So what does that mean if you are on the buying side? On the buying side, you know, hey, my loan is paying for all of this. Typically, as a buyer, you will be coming to the table with 3% or less at closing. Whether it's your down payment or is your closing cost, all of that is going to be dependent on what type of loan you have. Please remember, VA loan, you're only paying closing costs. More than likely, you're not paying them because the seller has agreed to give you closing help. If you got a conventional or an FHA loan, you are paying down payment at settlement, because if you hire me as your agent, I've negotiated the closing costs, majority of your closing costs, to be covered by the seller, so you are only paying your down payment, which equates to about 3% of the sales price. On the selling side, given your home isn't upside down, you more than likely will be getting money at settlement. In those very rare and unforeseen cases where your house is upside down, and what does it mean to be upside down? Upside down means that you owe more in mortgage than what you have earned on the sale of your home. Sometimes you owe just about the right amount, but when you factor in the real estate fees and transfer of taxes, it will take you up a little bit. So you're coming to the table with a little bit more money. Guys, the rule of thumb here, whether you are on the buying or the selling side, especially for those of you that your house appraises for exactly what you owe the bank, or maybe just a little bit more than what you owe the bank, rule of thumb, always have at minimum at least 3 to 5% of the list or sales price when you come to the settlement table, to make sure that you have enough money to get your home sold. Okay, guys, I hope this answered that question for you. Listen, if you have any more questions in regards to this topic or any other topic that has to do with closing in the settlement table, feel free to reach out to me. I am always here to answer your questions. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.